Hello people, my name is Rage, and welcome one and all to the next episode of the Hearthstone Goblins vs Gnomes tournament, and it is time now to return to EU, where I, yes me, moi, Rage myself, will be taking up glorious battle and continuing my round in the quarterfinals. I learned, guys, watch it be wrong. I'm a little bit nervous, honestly. I love playing with actual stakes, so, I mean, it's great. If any vampires attack you, you're already prepared. Hey, I'm stalling again. Let's go for this, okay? So the first deck I want to play is probably something that can technically beat everything. So I guess I'm going to go for a demony-based Handlock that's just a good kind of solid deck. So of course my opponent, who beat Nico 2-2 in the first round, is Mr. Tacit Rabbit. See, he's had very much the same train of thought of me. The best thing to start with is something just very solid that you can have a lot of control over. Unless it turns out he's playing Zoo, in which scumbag, oh my god. Although if he is playing Zoo, the fact that I've drawn these two cards, Ancient Watcher and Sunfury Protector straight away, is very, very nice. But we are about to find out. I obviously have nothing to do this turn. 1 mana drop or pass. If he passes, Handlock. If he drops, Zoo. So we are going to have a Handlock versus Handlock battle. Now, the disadvantage here is I have a lot less experience as Handlock. I mean, since it became a sort of demon-infused variety that I've put my own few touches on, I actually enjoy it a lot more. But since I hated the original incarnation of Handlock, I've not played it a lot. I imagine Tacit has got more experience. This is a little bit interesting here. He's just going to go straight for the Ancient Watcher, and this kind of tells me that he doesn't have a Mountain Giant. And the reason this tells me that is because he's played this preemptively to taunt it up to stop a Mountain Giant, instead of just playing his own. He's actually drawn his big game Hunter this early and uses it on the mountain, so that's kind of interesting. We're probably going to see, oh no, we're actually going to go for a silence here. This is quite the problem, actually. This is definitely quite the problem. So I think the sensible thing to do here is simply Sludge Belcher and just stall for a turn. I mean, it's going to take all 3 of their attacks to get through the Belcher, so assuming he doesn't do anything ridiculous, I'm going to be kind of okay. And yes, he is just going to tap. And then my plan afterwards, oh, he does have Dark Bomb, of course, which lets the Owl kill it, which lets then the 4-2 go. Though if I draw Mortal Coil, that will be very good for me. In fact, he does realize that. I am very much being outclassed here, which very much does suck. We are going to taunt up a Void Caller in the hopes of swinging this game around. I do have the advantage in that I have a Siphon Soul, so anything particularly nasty that comes my way, I can certainly take it out. He's actually just going to get rid of that, and my Floating Watcher goes down, which is very upsetting. I would have much rather it been the Dread Infernal, and he does manage to trade off. So we're kind of back to sort of, oh, okay, this is good. The fact that he chose to play the Twilight Drake instead of your soul shall suffer as well, man. Okay, I need to start thinking a little bit more about my plays. That's the main deal here. So the real question is, I want a Dr. Boom, I really do, but because I pretty much have to Owl here, I'm going to use my own Twilight Drake, use my own Owl, trade off there, and then that will do for my turn. I am at a disadvantage in that he has 9 cards to my 6, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, this is what I get for obviously playing a deck I'm not too experienced with. This, however, is very fortuitous that I get to use my Siphon Soul and then immediately tap and get my card amount back up just a little bit. And now we can Dr. Boom as well as Sunfury Protector, which is a very nice swing as well. So we're kind of not looking horrible here. We're looking a little bit horrible, don't get me wrong, but because Tacit went for a more aggressive start, because that didn't completely overwhelm me, we're now in kind of a limbo where we're basically waiting for the first person to make a major mistake. I draw my own Dark Bomb, and while I do have my Twilight Drake here, actually, no, I would rather get value out of my Twilight Drake at this stage more than anything else. So I'm just going to play that. I'm going to shove Ancient Watcher down just for the sake of it, just as a use of my mana. Because if it is a collateral in a Shadow Flame or whatever, I'm not too bothered because it's past the time that it's, you know, ridiculously useful here. This kind of sucks a little bit. I'll admit, this does kind of suck. Well, actually... the thing to do here, if I go boom, boom, Shadow Flame, that can kind of work. It's a very messy way of dealing with Sylvanas, and I hate having to deal with Sylvanas in a messy way, but I feel like it makes the most amount of sense to hit that there, lose that. I am going to throw the owl away, just because, you know, I don't want to give him it. Shadow Flame that, and then Mortal Coil Sylvanas. Now, that was very much not ideal in terms of card usage, but that's what Sylvanas makes you do, and now I do get another Ancient Watcher down, which is good, because again, it preempts me playing Sylvanas with my own Sunfear Protector. I actually feel kind of like, boom, 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 boom here. This is kind of neat. I can see the exhilaration of actually playing in a proper tournament being quite real here. So this is a very easy decision to make for me. I am going to play Sylvanas. In fact, no, I'm going to tap first. Void Caller is okay at this stage, but no, I'm going to play Sylvanas and simply taunt them both up. I mean, if he's going to get past them, he may use his second owl on my Sylvanas, but that's still not the end of the world, because that's his second owl gone and everything else is now pretty much immune to that silence. Because even if he trades off his 5/5 into my Sylvanas, I get a Sludge Belcher, which is fine value, honestly. So he's now in kind of an irritating position. I mean, even if he Shadow Flames his Lotheb, again, I still get the Sludge Belcher. There's no nice way for him to deal with, and that's really the power of Sylvanas, and what caused me to have such an interesting time dealing with her earlier. So he is going to clear that out, which honestly is kind of sensible, because he wants to weaken his board to make it worse for me to trade into as possible. Now the question is, he is just going to Hellfire and eliminate everything, which is fair enough, but then again, I did force him to completely eliminate his own Sludge Belcher, basically, which is lovely, and now I also do have a Molten Giant for free. So I'm kind of a little bit killable to burst damage, which sucks, but at the same time, I feel like we're going to be okay here, you know? I am going to play Dr. Boom, just because it's a nice card to play. And if I play Molten Giant as well, how can he deal with it? He can't play his own Molten Giant and Shadow Flame. His Mountain Giant would cost 7, which is 5 plus 9. He could Shadow Flame a Mountain Giant. It's going to be either incredible value or incredible risk to play this Molten Giant as well. Because if he can't clear it, then obviously we win. But if he can, then I am in a very bad position. But the only way he could clear it is Mountain Giant Shadow Flame. Or I guess maybe a power overwhelming Shadow Flame. I'm going to play safe and just leave these on the field, because it's still a threatening enough board that he has to do something about this. So I'm just going to hope that nothing horrendous happens. And of course, Faceless Manipulator Shadow Flame, that works as well. We would have had a 1 health Mountain Giant, and there goes his own Mountain Giant, in fact, which is suddenly a very big problem. Okay, then. This is interesting. I either tap for a method of dealing with this Mountain Giant, or I kind of, or I just roll the dice here. I'm gonna go for it, and I get Lord Jiraxxus. No, oh, that is just upsetting. That is absolutely upsetting. That is so so upsetting. You may be able to tell, I am upset. I could have got Defender of Argus, I could have got my own Shadow Flame, I could have got my other Siphon Soul. I had 7 cards left. I had about a 70% chance to draw a way out of that situation, and it just didn't happen. So you know what, I'm gonna go on a new deck I've been developing, Mech Rattle Shaman, and I'm just going to roll with it. Wow, that is a little bit weird. And honestly, I'm not too disheartened to lose that game. I probably didn't play as effectively as I could at all, in fact. So, I'm okay to lose that. He's got more experience than me playing Handlock, and I probably played very suboptimally early on. So I just got to rely on my Shaman to at least get 1 win. That's my real objective here. What kind of Shaman are we going to be facing, though? That's the main deal. Do I want to coin out an Annoyatron, or do I want to leave it? This is a very big decision, because if I keep the coin, I can coin out a Shredder earlier, which is very useful. If he just totems, then I've made the right decision. If he plays something, then potentially not. Actually, a Stormforged Axe is fine. I've not seen that in a while. Maybe he's going for a little bit more aggressiveness, but now that I have seen that, I am going to... I kind of want to coin and put Power Mace on. But then, no, I'm just going to play Annoyatron to specifically do what it says on the tin and block both his next attacks, which is very good value for me. We'll be using my Power Mace, and actually that's fine. I am going... Ooh, he didn't pop the shield. Well, I am going to do that now, simply because he didn't pop the shield. If he had popped the shield, I would have killed it with the Annoyatron and simply hit face. Now he kinda wants to pop the shield, but if he doesn't, that kind of implies to me that he's got Earthshock to negate the buff that it's about to get, so he is just going to go for it. Okay. Though the question is he going to do anything with that last bit of mana? He's going to play the Ooze, which I'm not entirely sure is the best decision, because, I mean, it still buffs my thing, so that's not the end of the world. And you see, this deck is definitely got a few little fun synergies going for it. Honestly, it's more of a fun little gimmicky deck, but to win with it would make me very, very happy. Honestly, I was going to actually take Baron Rivendare out, so this is kind of awkward. And we do have a Sludge Belcher to deal with. I'm actually kind of cool hexing a Sludge Belcher at this point. I'm actually not totally against that, just because I don't want to have to do the get rid of a Sludge Belcher dance at this stage. Especially as I've got both Crackles, which is going to give me some removal value later on. I mean, it's 6 cards to 5. I've got the coin. I can Piloted Sky Golem next turn. This is really not the end of the world, honestly. We can certainly attempt to crackle that away. In fact, I think I am pretty much going to. I mean, if I Rivendare and then hit it, I will obviously get 2 things. Let's see what the Crackle does first before I make my next play. And it does in fact kill it, so that lets me coin up and simply put a Sludge Belcher out. So that kinda answers my turn for me, though my disadvantage now, of course, is 6 cards to 5. Mine are very combo-centric, not good by themselves, so I kinda need to snowball a little bit here. Seeing Black Knight is a little bit interesting. Not often that you do see him come to play, and we're probably simply going to be crackling again. We do have Ancestor's Call in this deck as well. As you can see, it's a very gimmicky deck. Damn you, Nico22. Damn you, spectating me, thinking you're so good. Alright, well, I mean, I basically am pretty guaranteed for this to be a success, but just in case it's not, yeah, I would rather trade the slime than reveal that I have Baron Rivendare at this stage. That's my thinking here. This has done a lot of work, as this Shredder. I really want an opportunity to play Piloted Sky Golem, but he keeps giving me a bigger problem that I have to deal with. We're finally going to get crackled, revealing our 2-drop, which turns out to be Fairy Dragon. Very, very nice. Feral Spirit, however, very, very annoying. And he is just going to take out my Fairy Dragon with his face, which very much sucks. And a Vitality Totem, of all things. I would love a bit of a lightning storm here. This is not really a problem because he's gone so overboard on cards. I'm kind of fine to just do this. So the real question is, do I want a piloted Sky Golem? Yeah, I'm just going to piloted Sky Golem here. The reason I am is because to get rid of it without knowing what is in his hand, he has to use both wolves. And if he leaves it thinking he's got the security of double tauntage, okay, so he's not removing the Sky Golem. This makes me very, very happy. This makes me very happy indeed. Oh my god, we drew another reincarnate. So if I do this, play Baron Rivendare, reincarnate my Sky Golem, get Wee Spell Stopper, we get Dark Iron Dwarf, and then if I... Thing is, if he's got Lightning Storm, though it would need to be a pretty buffed Lightning Storm, and I just realized Baron Rivendare is immune to spells. So I could summon 2 mana, summon 2 4-mana creatures. I mean, it's just... It's a little bit too good at this point. Water Elemental, the Turtle, absolutely lovely. So he has quite the board to deal with here. He wants Spell Power Totem. He doesn't get it. That is very good for me. He cannot clear this with Lightning Storm. Yes, he can kill my Shredder with Sylvanas, but then he's good. Doesn't matter what he grabs. The Turtle, fine. And then Old Murkai, and the Goblin Blast Mage. So I just got 6 4-mana drops off, off that one piloted Shredder there, and there you see really why I'm kind of liking this deck. It has the potential to do some very ridiculous things, and he chooses to Hex the Water Elemental. Probably the best choice. What I love is that this wee Spell Stopper is protecting my Baron Rivendare, and now the swing turn really begins. Drawing Fire Elemental there is lovely. Oh, wow. That is quite nice. So, we're going to get rid of the wolf with the dwarf. I think makes the most sense. We will get rid of the totem with that. We're going to get rid of the vitality with the fire elemental. And we are going to kind of ignore the turtle. I'm not really too fussed about it in the slightest. Okay. Alright, I'm feeling fairly competent. I mean, short of double Lightning Storm, he's not going to get past this board very easily at all. So there goes my dwarf and nothing else. Guaranteed to be nothing else. If he has the second one, this is a problem, and he clearly doesn't. He is going to Rock Biter away probably my wee Spell Stopper. That's the most annoying thing for him right now. He actually chooses to take the 5 damage there and drops his second vitality. So that is interesting. I am hoping I draw another creature just so I can get guaranteed Ancestor's Call value here. Oh my god. Oh, ho, ho, ho. This is what I like to see right here. Right, god damn there. For the elements will destroy you. Oh man, it is nice when a deck like this comes together. Oh, wonderful. And I think, ladies and gentlemen, 6, 12, 14, 15, 16, we have indeed lethal. That is wonderful. May as well get rid of that. Over to you. Over to you. And I think... Oh, I can't physically give Baron Rivendare the kill, but I will give him a poke. And that was a very, very fun game to play there. And a really cool way to win. So I got 6 4-mana drops out of that Shredder there, so that is very good. Now, unfortunately, I'm going to go for the ever-stable, ever-kind of, Control Warrior, just because, you know, I would like to win this. I would like to win this. I can't believe my Shaman paid off that. Oh my G... We both prepared the same goddamn classes. That is hilarious. Okay, well, we're facing a Warrior Mirror, so I'm going to keep Death's Bite just to kill all the stuff he may drop. And in fact, we get Fiery War Axe, so that is cool with me as well. Get rid of Acolyte of Pains with minimum value. And yeah, I am pretty much not concerned about this. This is very much going to be the winner is decided by who has to play the least cards the earliest. And I'm glad I've got my Shield Maiden. Now, it does depend what variants of Control Warrior he is playing. That is, of course, going to be an issue, but it still should be kind of fine. The mistake will be whoever goes on the aggressive first. That is what I firmly believe here. So we're basically just going to be armor up and passing for a fair amount of time. As funny as it is, I'm suspicious Nico Tutu. I'm a little bit suspicious of him. I'm not going to lie. And we're going to do that to break down his armor, so that when I play Sludge Belcher, he can't just shield slam it. That's really the only reason we're doing that. Because I do want to present threats before he does. I want him to run out of removal before me, but I definitely don't want to overcommit. That's the main deal. In fact, that's certainly interesting. I can't actually play Sludge Belcher now, because I'll just kill it for free with his Death's Bite. So I'm going to play Armorsmith to try and bait him into wasting a Death's Bite swing on an Armorsmith. I'm okay with that as a trade-off. Probably should have put on my own Death's Bite, potentially, but we'll see. That really sucks. That is very unlucky for me that he happens to have both those cards and I don't have my equivalents. That is really lame. But I mean, at least on the positive side, we do have a charge of Fiery War Axe. Oh, and we also have Shield Slam. But do I really want to Shield Slam this? I'm not entirely sure that I do. I'm just going to Belcher and see what happens at this point. I just cannot execute or Shield Slam a 1-2 Acolyte. I just can't. The card advantage is something I'm just going to have to deal with, because these are too valuable to me. Even that, I mean, yeah, he's got free draws off it. Oh no. But I cannot waste such premium removal on something like that. I mean, if he does it, he's going to use his Fiery War Axe. So, I guess it's not the end of the world, but could certainly be better here. And we do retain our slime at the very least. So this is a little bit worrying. Again, I'm very experienced with Shaman, not so much with Warrior or Warlock, which means a format like this tournament kind of counters me just a little. That kind of hurt to use that swing, but now he should be scared that I'm about to do literally the same thing he just did. So hopefully he plays around it pointlessly and I can get some extra value. I hope to see a Dr. Boom here actually, because I could perfectly deal with it. In fact, we see a Khan Bloodhoof. That is very interesting. Didn't actually expect that in the slightest there. So I have two options. I can hit it and kill it. In fact, I'm going to. The nicest way I can think to deal with this Khan Bloodhoof is to kill it with Death's Bite. It will revive. Then I'm going to Shield Maiden and Shield Slam it. That's the only kind of nice way I can deal with that, but that still required 2.5 cards, and I am down to 6 to his 10, and even with this threat out, it's not really a big deal. He's going to Alexstrasza me already. Holy mother of holiness. I mean, that's quite the all-in play by him, and I do draw my Ragnaros here, which is kind of good. I kind of do want to play my other Shield Maiden. I really do. That makes me very brawlable. That's the main issue with doing that. So I'm kind of... but at this point, I'm in kind of an all-or-nothing position. That's the real issue here. This is a very big decision whether I just play that Shield Maiden or not. I guess if he brawls, that's half his turn. I mean, at worst, end with a 2-2, it could be better. But it also clears the way for Sylvanas. I'm just going to do it. I've been forced into a position because of that Alexstrasza where I have to go on the offensive a little bit earlier than I would have liked. I mean, we have 12 damage on the field. We got Ragnaros to back us up. We have a Whirlwind, which will be useful if we draw and execute. We have the kind of armor that makes a Shield Slam fantastic. We're actually in an okay position. We're going to see his own Shield Maiden, but that is fine. And it does leave him free mana, which, again, he's just going to use it to armor the hell up. This makes me very happy. And we do draw execute to go with that. So we're obviously going to get rid of a Shield Maiden. We're going to do a load of damage to him. We're going to Ragnaros, and we're going to armor up. This Ragnaros is beyond dead, but it is basically 8 damage plus the value of whatever cards he uses to get rid of it. That's what I'm really gaining from this Ragnaros. It's most likely going to get either Whirlwind or Taskmastered and Execute, I would say. I mean, worst case, he facelesses it, then kills it. That leaves me in a very awkward position. And I also can technically kill my own Sylvanas with all 3 cards in my hand and steal something. So that could be... Okay. That scared me a little bit there. I'll admit, I am... Oh my god, he's going to let the RNG. Please don't kill my Ragnaros. Oh, it could not have chosen a better target. That is wonderful right here. That is absolutely wonderful. So, my plan is kind of... I mean, I could bomb him for 16 here. Oh, you can't do it on your own. Oh, that sucks. That really sucks. I completely forgot that was a thing. Though we do put him to 10, so if we draw Grom, we win. I mean, he kind of has to brawl here if he has it. He just has to. Which means I don't actually get the value out of Sylvanas. I shouldn't have played her. Oh, he's not going to brawl. That's good, I think. I mean, both executes are gone. Yeah, I just should not have played that Sylvanas. That was a big misplay there. I completely thought you could execute your own creatures. That really does suck. Alright, so basically if we draw Gromash, we kind of win the... Never mind. Never mind, Sludge Belcher, the ever-present denier of everything. And I feel like we gave it our all, and there's not really much I can do here anymore. He's just going to slowly armor up out of the range that I can kill him. And in fact, we're going to see his Grom. A 12 damage Grom. This is a little bit over. Just a little bit over. That is... Oh, no. Oh, no. That sucks. So... God damn much. There is nothing I can do about that. I am dead. That is so unfortunate. That simply happened because I thought I could execute my own guys. That shows you how much I play Control Warrior. Oh well, the middle game was fantastic fun, and to be fair, I literally have only been playing Hearthstone recently to do this tournament, so I do expect to not be the best player around. So congratulations to my opponent, Tacit Rabbit, for defeating me, and moving to the final of the EU tournament. That is going to be very, very interesting. Hopefully, we will have a Hollow and Gooby's game very soon. But for now, my name has been Rage. Please remember to like if you've enjoyed. I guess you don't need to see the brackets, do you? Honestly, I mean, it's just Tacit Rabbits moved forward and we're all good. So yeah, my name has been Rage. Ah, that is a bitter pill to swallow, it really is. Honestly, respect to my opponent, he played well, he beat me fair and square, there wasn't anything bullshit that happened, and honestly, you guys should be, you know, like, yeah, well played to him. Honestly, it was. I have been defeated by someone worthy. Just kinda sucks. It just, you know, it's obviously always disappointing to lose. Either way, my name has been Rage. I'm gonna like if you've enjoyed this. It really does help, guys, and subscribe for more. Goodbye. You've been watching